Hello there. Welcome to the Kenya Times. My name is Diana Yagona, and today I want you to pause right there and hit that subscribe button, the Kenya Times. So, today, guys, we are going to talk about tackling menstrual stigmatization and menstrual hygiene. What does that mean? And if you are a woman, we've all come from women. Our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers, they've all gone through this because we were created like that. God created us like that. But there's a lot of stigmatization when it comes to menstruation and menstrual, hygiene. And today we are tackling that. Recently, on 28th, we celebrated World Health Menstrual Hygiene Day. But do we get to talk about this more? Do we get to get education and information about menstrual hygiene more? What is happening when it comes to ending period poverty? How is the government helping to end this? There are some youths who've come up to ensure an end to stigmatization, menstrual stigmatization. And do they get appreciated enough? Do they get the support enough? Today, I'm having one youth who decided to stand up and fight menstrual stigmatization. With me is one and only beautiful Jedidah Oloo, and she'll be talking to us about tackling menstrual stigmatization and everything you need to know about menstrual hygiene. How are you, Lisa?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for hosting.
I know we've been waiting for this interview since morning,
Yes,
but I know you're a busy person, and today we've been having interviews back and forth, but I'm glad I'm having you here. Please say hi to these people.
Hello, my name is Jedidah Oloo, and I am the founder and the chairperson of the Jedidah Oloo Foundation. The foundation is named after my mother. I started it in her honor. She passed on earlier this year. That does not mean that my work started this year, though. Mm-hmm. I have been active in matters of charity, and also I have a very keen interest in matters of menstrual activism. Mm-hmm. So I'm here today to talk to you guys about what we are doing, about how far we are as a country, yes, all issues surrounding menstrual poverty and generally menstrual activism.
I am really sorry to hear about the loss of your mom. So why did you decide to name your foundation after her?
I decided to name the foundation after my mother because of a variety of reasons. Mm-hmm. First of all, it relates to the circumstances surrounding her death. Mm-hmm. My mom passed on in the USA, and it's quite sad that I did not get to bury her, and yet she was buried there. We were not granted a chance by the embassy to bury her. In as much as that is sad, and I still get emotional about it. Mm-hmm, yeah. But life moves on, you know. And she had stayed in the US for so many years. I did not want her to simply be forgotten. Mm-hmm. And also, I think that she was a formidable woman. Mm-hmm. She really valued education. She valued women. She valued God. And I do not think that everything that she stood for should just pass away because she passed on as well. So I named my organization in her honor, and I hope that we will get the right kind of attention that we are looking for. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I'm really happy to hear that. Wherever she is, may her soul rest in peace, and I know she's smiling right back at you for whatever you're doing. I really wish you all the best in whatever you're doing. Now, let's get into the interview. Why did you choose, to speak about menstrual hygiene and ending menstrual poverty? Why not? A lot of things are happening. Kenya, a lot of things are happening. Watu wanachoka Kenya. Mambo ni mengi. Masaa ni machache. Why did you choose that specific, topic to discuss and shout and stand up for the women?
I just didn't choose menstrual activism. I chose to tackle menstrual activism from the school level. I am talking to children in high schools. And the reason why I chose to tackle this is because as a society, what we are going through is really wanting. If you look at the statistics, I like talking about numbers. Mm-hmm. Numbers give perspective.
Yes.
So AMREF did a research in 2023, and the findings are that girls miss between 1 to 4 days in a month. They miss school for 1 to 4 days in a month because of menstruation. And As well, women are like 2 out of 3 women are getting their menstrual products, which basically is disposable sanitary towels from their sexual partners. And the worst part is that 1 in 4 girls do not associate pregnancy with menstruation. They do not understand how your cycle moves and when you are likely to get pregnant, why you will get pregnant. So I feel like as a society, tuko nyuma, and the best way to tackle any issue is to start from the roots. Our children, we are bringing them right now. We are bringing them up right now. We are expecting them to become the adults of tomorrow. It is easier to talk to them when they are still at a younger age where their minds are still malleable, if I may say. There's a concept called neuroplasticity. There's a way you can tune your mind. And the older you become, the harder that becomes. It's not impossible, but at a younger age, it is easier to talk to these girls. It is easier to talk to the boys. So that is why I decided to talk about menstrual hygiene, menstrual activism. And this ties in with a lot of other issues. It ties in with menstrual poverty. It ties in with even the poverty in our country, like the standards of living and all, population growth, things like that. So it is a very important issue in society that I feel that not enough people are talking about.
So I totally agree with you. And one thing that has been, I do not understand why, menstrual stigma exists, yet it's something that God created, It's not something that a woman just decided, I want this to happen to me, or men were favored more than the women. Yeah. Why do you think it's still something like shame? Do you believe, first of all, that people still shy away from talking about it?
Of course, there's menstrual shame. As a woman in Kenya, most likely when you start your periods, most girls hawakwangi wameambiwa kitu. They don't know anything about their periods. They're just shocked. I know of a child who started her periods and she was sent out of class. But that is in the rural areas. They are sent out of class because they have stained their uniform. Okay, ye mwenyewe hata haelewi amestain uniform kwa nini. Another one ran crazy.
And it affects their esteem.
Yes, it affects them. She started running around school and she was telling everyone that anatoka damu kwa susu because she does not understand what it is. And the worst part is because we are eating healthier than those like our ancestors in the past, the average menstrual age has gone from 17 some hundreds of years ago to about 12. So most of these children wanapata periods sometimes even 12 is old actually. Some of them get it as early as 9 years, 8 years. And it's very traumatizing for a child.
Yeah.
And there's menstrual shame also because boys also don't know these things. In these schools where we've been going as an organization, sometimes you find that, okay, because we've done our preliminary studies, you find that boys think that that's a thing to shame girls with. Wewe si hata ulikuwa unatoka damu ile siku, And society as a whole pia, it has contributed. In the past, this was something that was talked about in hushed tones among women, not even among men and women. Men still think in the modern day that this is a women's issue. They do not think that they should be concerned. And that is where all this shame and stigma comes from, the fact that we are still hiding. So as an organization, we are trying to just add on to what is already there, because we can't say that nothing has been done, but we still need to put in more effort towards this same issue.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is what I think about when we talk about period shame.
Yes, period shame. Yes. Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
I've been in this field for a long time. Maybe I've always loved the idea of helping in society. So from as early as 2016, I've been going to different places, not just dealing with menstrual health, but children's homes, advocacy. It's just that I've not been vocal before. I'm just feeling like this is my time now. This is the right time for me to come out as a stronger voice. But I've been doing this since 2016 with different other organizations, different other groups. Yes, so this is just an amplification of my efforts. Yes.
So how has the journey been like?
Well, like any journey, there's ups and downs. There's a lot of learning and unlearning. For example, I used to think that the issue of menstrual poverty is an issue ya watoto wenye, like not watoto, but people in the rural areas. But that's not really true. Because if you look at it, Nairobi itself, ikona like around, it has around more than 2 million people, and up to 60% of the people who live in Nairobi live in informal settlements. Now, if we are going to say that period poverty only exists in rural areas, what about places like those in the slums? And 60% of the population inakaa huko, and yet that's only like 6% of the area in Nairobi. So there's a lot of people clumped up in one area, and very little resources to go by. That includes like sanitary products, it includes water, it includes soap, because when someone is going through their menstrual cycle and they're now menstruating, what we commonly call the period, they need a lot of things. You need water, you need soap, you need sanitary towels to keep clean. If they do not keep clean, then like these hygiene issues, they lead to other problems, like things like
infections.
Yes, infections. So this problem is widespread, and we are still far.
We're still far. Yes. What do you think, really, Lisa, can be done to, I don't know if you get enough support to do this?
At the beginning, of course, it's hard, but the more you cast your voice out there, the more people hear about what you do, and the more they respond. For example, we are finally getting the right reception in schools. Yes, in schools before, to be given a podium to talk to students about menstruation, okay, watawaambia wanawafunza. But you are taught this in biology, you're taught reproduction, you're not taught about your menstrual cycle in detail. And as a girl, umejua kuna zile vitu zenye wasichana wanaweza ogopa kuuliza mwalimu, because the same AMREF established that up to around 65% of girls cannot talk to their mothers about such issues. So they'll bring these issues to school.
65 is the large number.
Yeah. They'll bring these issues to school, or maybe to a stranger, Yeah. So how about we be the stranger, of which we are not really going to be a stranger, because we are trying more and more. Additionally, since we are trying to cast our voice out in the media, there has been a good reception. Some people donate to us. Some people also send funds to help us with these projects that we are doing. So right now I can say that it's not easy, but it's possible. Honestly, sometimes inachosha. Like you wake up and you think, today I have to do this and this and this and this. And it has to be done. You have to do it. So me and my team are constantly on the lookout for people, places where we can get support. And it's not easy, but it's doable. And we believe that we will impact these girls one at a time, the school, the community at large, so that this becomes a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, I really love how passionately you speak about this. Really, because the society needs more of you. If we had I don't know, there are people already who are talking about this, but there are very few. I don't think you guys get enough, is it space or support to just speak more? Because this is an issue that really needs to get to the ground. This is an issue that the men need to understand as well. Even there are women who don't understand that as well. And so, I don't know. Lisa, tell me, when you started your foundation, what has been the biggest achievement so far?
Well, the biggest achievement so far is that I'm going to have my first official event as Jedidah Oloo Foundation. And I have a population of about 406 girls that I'm supposed to take pads to.
Yes, okay. 406 girls.
Yes, and let me tell you, Maina, it is not a small number.
That's
because the average price of one
girls.
pad in the market right now is about 80 shillings.
80 shillings.
Yeah. So you can
By
imagine.
406 girls.
Yes. But
And
so far,
you're producing everything.
no, we don't produce. It's as a result of fundraising. We have to dig into our pockets.
Yes.
Yes, some people donate. But so far we have managed to accumulate over 800 pieces of pads.
Wow.
And an average pack usually has 8, but these packs we are giving have around 12. So I know this is not standard. It's not standard because women have different cycles, but we are estimating that one period will take you like 8 pads. So we are hoping to be back in the next 3 months. But the fact that we've been able to do this much, this far, and then we have also been able to buy a few more supplies for our girls and boys. So far we have bought a lot of tissue. We have bought sabuni ya kuosha mkono, because we realize that it's not just the pads they need. So I feel like that, for me, honestly, mtu anaweza ona nikani kitu kidogo.
No, that's a really big thing.
It's a big deal for me.
It's a big deal.
Because when I started this...
When is the event?
Oh, the event is actually on Friday, on 7th of June.
7th of June.
Yes, at Kahawa Wendani. The school is called Kwangede Secondary School. Yes. So if anyone would like to come, you can reach out to me. Yes. You can find us on
just
social
give us
media.
Your handle so...
Lisa Oloo on Facebook, also Lisa Oloo on LinkedIn, and our foundation page is Jedidah Oloo Foundation. We are also the Jedidah Oloo Foundation on TikTok, so you can reach out to us also through our number. It's 0791012590. Alternatively, you can call me. My number is 0768-953-999.
Okay, great. So I'm really proud of you. That's a big deal. That's a big... I don't know why you're having thoughts of maybe this is a small thing, but that's really big. And you're doing this out of, passion. Nobody's pushing you to do that. It's, you're helping 406 girls just for no reason.
No, it's not for no reason.
There is a reason, but
yeah, I get you. We could have ignored the issue.
We could have ignored the issue, but you're doing it yourself. Yes. Nobody's pushing you to.
On average, in your life as a woman, you're going to be menstruating about 7 to 10 years of your life, depending on your cycle. Some girls have cycles. Yeah, a normal cycle.
So when you say 7 to 10 years, what do you mean?
I mean that a normal cycle for women is anything between 21 and 35 days. So for people who have longer cycles, the average amount of time which you will be menstruating is around like 7 years. If your cycles are shorter,
usually
it might
say
be a longer time.
4 days a month. Those are those are 7 years if you combine all those days. Or what are you trying to say?
If you combine 4 days a month, it's likely to lean towards 10 years. If you combine 7 days a month, it's likely to combine to 7 years. Because, as I said, a normal...
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. Now imagine you start menstruating when you're 13. Also, that's another factor. Some people start menstruating when they're younger, as young as 8, 9. Others start menstruating when they're older. So also depending on the amount, like the age at which you started your menstruation cycles, that also affects the number of years. But if you combine all these days into like years, unapata ni siku nyingi sana. I would not like for a girl who started menstruating at a young age to suffer through her cycle all her life. Even if I can make a difference in her life for only 4 years, when she's in school, umejua, as you grow older, you become more able.
Yeah.
But if we can help them at these formative stages, I think that it is a very great contribution to society. And that's why I do this every single day. Niko huko nje napiga kelele. Yes,
that's
because
really awesome.
A girl needs support.
Yeah.
Yes, and by the way, these stories, they seem like they're so far-fetched, but the problem is not only lack of access to sanitary towels. There's also like lack of proper education. When I started my periods, Mimi, personally, I was a bit young. I won't say the age because it feels a bit, there's still that.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was young and I was told, sasa huwezi cheza na wavulana.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was taught how to put a pad on a panty, and it was that once. Okay, I struggled. And I couldn't go back to ask because I wasn't really free with the person I was living with at that moment. So it's not just the issue ya kukosa pads. Okay, we've brought them pads. What next? Do they know how to wear these pads? So we do all this. We demonstrate.
Wow.
Yes, we show them. You need to change this pad after 2 hours. If your flow is heavier, you might need to change it before. Do not take more than 8 hours with one pad on. Girls need to know this. They need to know this.
Yeah, without fear, without shame.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sawa. That's really, really, really amazing. Tell me, what are your challenges? What are the challenges that you go through in what you're doing?
Well, our biggest challenge, honestly, at this moment, at this point where we are, is sourcing for funds. As a young organization, sometimes it doesn't matter how much of traction you gained. As long as you are working for another organization, it can be a bit hard to vocalize that. So when it comes to us doing what we are doing, we need a lot of funds, and that is our main challenge right now. Another challenge ni getting the society on your side. Even in schools, there are schools that do not want us to mix the girls and boys when we are talking about menstruation.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm for real. And there's a reason why I also tend to veer towards mixed schools, because I want boys and girls to be able to have these conversations. But you know what? The argument here is shule inaeleweka. That maybe these kids, they also couple up in their own small groups, So maybe anajaribu kuuliza kitu lakini anaona boyfriend wake pale, anafeel ako embarrassed kidogo. Yes, but I still think there needs to be integration. So that's also a big challenge, also just within society. I don't think that if we call for a conference around menstrual activism, that a lot of men will show up willingly. Kama haitakuwa on a work capacity, most of them are not going to show up.
Yeah, that's
so right. Those are the things that are really challenging us right now, because also men are also the movers and shakers of this country as much as women are. So we need them on board. So it's a challenge. Jeez. But I like to tell even the people in my surrounding, umejua mimi ni mama pads. So you don't know what a tampon is? Oh my God, you're doing terribly. No, you should do better. Oh, I'll come and show you and your girls how a tampon is used, or how a pad is used. And some of them will say yes, some of them will be like, unataka kufunza watoto wangu nini? So yeah. So I'm just trying to normalize conversations, trying to bring everyone on board, and
it's totally not normalized.
It's totally not normalized. I know hata mtu akinisikia kwa hii interview nikisema that I'm trying to teach people about periods with their kids, they'll be like, msichana anasema nini? But it's not normalized. It's a challenge, and we are going to normalize it.
Yeah. It's gonna take some time, but
somebody
you keep
has
doing
to do the
this,
work.
Yeah, you're here already. Yeah. Okay. I love the way this is going. So in your team, how many people do you have in your team?
I have a lot of people in my team. First of all, I have me as the founder and the chairperson. There is Nyaboke Tinega, who is she's a co-founder and she's also the treasurer. There's Anita Akelo. Anita is, well, my cousin, and she's also passionate about these matters. I have Bree, who's our CEO. She's called Bridget Sinyangala, a very passionate girl as well. And then I have partners. I have Generation Earth. I have O'Mill Staffing Services. I have MK Photography. And
all these people, it's not like you pay them, they just came on board to help out.
As a founder, you sell a vision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
If you sell a vision well, they buy into the vision. So I also have the Deborah Generation. They are a group that is run by a friend of my mom's, and she's in the US, but she has also been very instrumental in what we do. She prays for us. She honestly loves on me as well. She's called Carol. And all these people around me, they give me just your motivation, kuendelea, Some days it's tough because there's a lot going on, but with this support, I think ndio imefanya hata tumefika hapa so far, and I'm just grateful. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, how is the government helping you guys out? Because, in as much as we are trying to do our things down here, we have the people that we elected to help us out. We elected and voted in people that are supposed to make our lives easier, to just make us get into a system that will make things get organized and flow. How do you guys get help from the government?
The government, first of all, it has a policy. It's called the Menstrual Hygiene Management Policy that provides a framework for how help trickles from high to low in the government on issues like is the surrounding menstruation. So you'll find that our leaders, I'm sure you know Gloria Roba.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So what she did back then, it was kind of, no, it's not crazy to me, but to society it looks a bit cray-cray, because who walks with a suit yenye iko stained in parliament? But she was making a point.
Yeah.
I understand where she comes from. And right now, because of her efforts, she runs the Glows Pad Bank. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. She's very active on it on social media. Especially if you look on LinkedIn, you're going to see the work she does there. Also, Esther Passaris, she has these pads that she produces that they trickle down. If you make a request there, I haven't gone there personally, but I'm aware that they distribute them. Yes. So such ways are the ways in which the government can support us, although I believe that more can be done. I believe that in one way or another, organizations like ours can come up with other inventions. I had an idea, but someone beat me to it. Someone, I don't remember which organization it is exactly, but there's someone who has come up with a pad dispenser in this country. Can you imagine?
Wow.
A pad dispenser. Unaona the way there's those machines, like an ATM machine, like a milk ATM, the way you can go key in the amount of milk you want. Evo. So they have this dispenser where it disburses like 8 pads per month per girl in school.
Really?
And that's something that I was still thinking about. But, innovation is innovation.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm really happy about things like that. It's because of the government that, the policies and the everything surrounding trade, that allows all these things to come into the country. So the government is helping, but still we need to do more work. And that's why we are here. If we leave it all to the government, kuna watu wenye wanaweza fika grassroots when the government cannot. And now that's where we come in. So I think it's more of a matter of collaboration between these organizations such as ours and the government. And slowly by slowly, we will continue to tackle this issue.
Definitely. So you've told us about your coming event, and I hope somebody who's watching this will be able to come. We'll make sure this video goes up before then. So I just want you to tell us lastly, what do you have to say to somebody who's watching this video? Because there's that when you have a dream, there's that something that is in your heart that really keeps you going. What is that thing that you'd love to say to the person watching this video?
If you're watching us today, I'm inviting you to come experience greatness in the making. We are going to be in Kahawa Wendani on 7th, and we are going to have a good time with the girls and boys. We are going to be offering our expertise on menstrual issues, menstrual health, hygiene, and we are also going to be mentoring the students. We are going to be talking to the boys as well as the girls. So nobody's left out. We have a number of people coming, great people. So please, 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 if you can support us in any way, financially, or if you can reach out to us on that day and come to the venue, you are all welcome. And I am praying that you'll also walk this journey with us beyond that day, that you can be a regular, like a member of our team as well, so that we can walk this journey together.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lisa. That was really, really insightful, enlightening. I really love that. Today we've been having women in this room who are, moving the country, and I'm so glad that you're one of them, because the society needs you. The world needs you, and I'm super proud of you. Anyway, what have you learned? You as the person who's watching this video, what have you learned and what is your take home? because this was really, I don't know, this was really crazy, because these kind of talks, this kind of, whatever is happening in our society, they need to be normalized. These are topics that need to be discussed in schools, in churches, at home, and the society will definitely look really bright. Until there, I don't want to talk much. I want to leave you right there to just think about it and see if you can talk to somebody about it as well, and join foundations like Lisa's Jedidah Oloo Foundation, right? Join the foundations, speak up, stand with the women, stand with the girls who are going through this, even your brothers, your sisters, your fathers. I know it's a hard thing to do, but let's try to do this. Until the next video, thank you so much for watching. This is the Kenya Times, and my name is Diana Yegon. Bye bye.